get to it. First, I'm so excited about this. I'm like, it's long overdue. So Nick Jonas is replacing Adam Levine on The Voice. You guys don't know how excited I'm about this because one, Adam Levine is super rude. And after the comment that he said, oh, I don't sign stuff for ugly chicks, I'm like, that's so rude. Why would you say that to somebody? A fan who's been waiting out in line for hours for you to sign their shirt or whatever. I just think thinks he's all that and he's not. Humble yourself, please. Yeah, so I guess Nick Jonas was on the Ellen show and he announced that he was going to be on The Voice. And then he also promoted his new single, Only Human, I believe it's called. Hold on, let me see. Only Human, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So that was it for that story. Very short. But I mean, I'm excited about it. So I just had to like fill you guys in. Okay, hopping into the next story. Paquita la del Barrio is a phenomenal woman. She's all for women's rights. She's all for power, woman, femininity, all this. She's the queen of ranchera and she's been at it for 50 plus years. And in those 50 plus years, she has never, ever, ever canceled a show in her life. In 50 years, she has not canceled a gig. That is insane, and that's to be respected for Miss Paquita. I guess she had a health scare and she had to be in the hospital for like 24 hours. So she had to miss her show in Mexico, Tamaulipas, after being in Yakima. That's not too far from Washington. I guess the weather caught to her and she got sick, but she's fine. She's on the road again, but she had to cancel that one show. So that's crazy. I respect that because she's 73 years old? Let me double check. Hold on. 72 years old. I was close enough. But wow, that is amazing and I applaud that so much. A person who, wow, admired, respect, yes. Talking about canceling shows, DMX, the famous rapper, the one who sings, y'all gonna make me lose my mind, up in here, up in here. Yeah, him, I think that's the only song that I know of him. I know that he has been going through some stuff lately, and he recently checked into rehab, which, you know, it's, well, he didn't say it, his people said it, because he had some shows coming up, and he had to cancel all of those shows, so all the money that people paid, you know, they won't be seeing the show. I'm not quite sure if they're gonna get their money back or what the situation is with that, but that's unfortunate. And you know, I don't know anybody that has gone through rehab, but I'm pretty sure it's difficult and hard, so we all wish him the best. And you know, when he gets out, come out stronger, because I'm pretty sure the business is not easy. So good luck. So this killed me. I died, went to heaven, came back, went to hell, came back. Okay, so Jane Fonda, the woman from Grace and Frankie, the girl from Monster in Law, she's in jail because she was she was protesting outside the White House, and yeah, she got arrested because she was out there with a protester outside DC, and they arrested a bunch of people, including herself. The woman is, you know, I don't even know why I'm talking about age. It doesn't matter how old you are. Just like Paquita's story, like you can be whatever age and you keep working and you keep doing. But I hate how in these articles that I search up and stuff, like when they, like Nick Jonas, they're like, okay, the guy from the Jonas Brothers, like they say some stuff like that, like, oh, the singer from Jealous or something. But when it comes to a woman, they start talking about like, oh, this one, it says the 83-year-old woman. Like, it doesn't matter how old Jane Fonda is. She's fighting for her rights. I just think that's interesting how they put women and they tell her age and like how old. You know, I think that's annoying. But yeah, anyways, she was protesting for climate change, you know. Since that little girl, I don't remember her name, she has, you know, made awareness to a lot of people about global warming and all this stuff. So Jane Fonda went in and then she's helping now, and you know, it's a big thing, and I think it's amazing that people are fighting for what they believe in, you know. But yeah, hope she's okay too. It's not the first time that she's been in jail. I believe she's protested before. Um, 69. Take notes. A woman who's 80. See, here I go again. See, it's already like engraved in our minds to tell women's age when you're talking about like an article or something like a story that happened to a famous person. Yeah, Takashi, take notes. Yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say about that. This story broke me. I was like, I can't believe it. What in the RuPaul's Drag Race season 2 is going on? We all know that Tyra Sanchez has been to jail for misconduct and all this other stuff. That was the first girl from Drag Race that I think I've seen. And now Tattiana, who I've met and is great and amazing. I just went on Twitter and TMZ posted that she was in jail for 24 hours for misconduct. So I guess the story goes that she was trying to get into to a venue through the back door, through the employee entrance, someplace that she wasn't supposed to enter. But to avoid commotion, because a person who is performing, a person who was performing or is at an after party and is a celebrity, because she's a well-known person in the drag community and everywhere. I mean, if you watch Drag Race, you know who Tattiana is. She's the youngest. She was the youngest contestant in RuPaul's Drag Race. My point is, it's tacky if you enter through the front where everybody can see you, where you have your bags and stuff. She was just trying to enter where she came from, so I don't think that's fair that, a person who is invited to go to a show and is not permitted to going through the employee's entrance. I don't understand where, I don't get it, whatever. But I guess they escorted her out, and she was pissed, so she threw a fit. She was probably drunk too, typical, Tattiana. But she didn't do anything wrong in my eyes. So it's just, it feels, I can't even. I didn't want to get into it, but we're glad she's okay. She on Instagram, on Twitter, she said that she was fine. It was just a little something. And TMZ just blows everything out of proportion. But I mean, it was a fun story. Now we got like memes because she was crying. She was crying on the mugshot, and she said that she was crying because it's never happened to her. Tattiana's a very respectful girl. When I saw her, she was on time. Maybe she was like about 5-10 minutes late. But coming down from a plane, getting in drag on the plane and all that stuff, I respect that. So yeah. Any other stories that I know off the top of my head? Because all the ones that I talked about were I wrote down. But yeah, Lizzo. Yeah. So Lizzo now is the rapper with the most longest #1 hits and the more #1 hits than any other rapper. What's her name? Iggy Azalea held the longest title, I guess you can call it, for Fancy, which was, I believe it was 5 weeks, and Truth Hurts went 6 weeks. So even before those 6 weeks came, Iggy Azalea was like, stream señorita, señorita this, señorita that, kind of hating on, well, she's throwing shade. Yeah, let's call it that. Let's call it for what it is. She was throwing shade at Lizzo, and then, Lizzo's like this woman who talks about, oh, women come together and this and that. She clapped back and she just was like, oh, Charlie XCX was amazing and fancy. And she didn't even put Iggy Azalea's name. So for a woman who speaks of oh, let's all stick together and love yourself and blah, 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 I think that's bullshit. So, I mean, but everybody's true colors come one day or another. So yeah, that's it from me. I will be seeing you guys on the next video when I have more tea, because the week before this week was dry. There was no good juicy stuff to squeeze. So I ain't gonna squeeze no lemons that are hard and shit. No. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna go feed my dog that I don't have. Okay, bye.